Each year, the world's largest gathering of Scottish clans is held here in the Highlands of North Carolina on Grandfather Mountain. During this special time, the games and those who attend them keep Scottish history and culture alive. In this pursuit, no aspect is more important than music.
I'm Frances Cunningham. I play the bouzouki.
I'm Wolf Loescher, musician and currently drummer with the Piper Jones Band.
I'm Mari Black. I'm a fiddler. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm here at the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games with my trio.
Every July, more than 40,000 people attend the games. An untold number of them are drawn by the chance to hear the featured music, and all of them are invited to share in the enjoyment.
Grandfather is a legendary games that I had heard of long before I was even playing in bands that would play here. I was playing in pipe bands, and Grandfather was one of the gold standards by which the pipe bands were judged, so we always wanted to come to Grandfather and play here.
The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is different than any other festival we do, obviously because of that beautiful mountain in the background. No other festival has scenery like that, and that alone, if nothing else, makes it incredibly unique. It's wonderful to see the colors changing all day long on that mountain and to have those huge, massive boulders at the stages. It's really, really beautiful. It's easily the most beautiful festival that I've ever been to.
Since 1956, the Games has proudly promoted Scottish history and heritage. The founders of the Games, Agnes McRae Morton and Donald F. MacDonald, cherished Celtic culture and always made it a priority to have traditional music as a prominent feature. This commitment to Scottish music is as strong today as it was in the beginning, with Grandfather Games attracting bands and musicians from around the world to play Celtic music thousands of miles from its land of origin.
So this is my first year at the Grandfather Mountain Games, and I'm super excited to be here because I've heard about it for years and years and years. All the musicians talk, we're all on the festival circuit. Being a Scottish fiddler, you hear about the Grandfather Games all the time, and so the legends have reached me, how big it is and the energy and how much fun, and it's all understated.
The really big difference about Grandfather is the community around the games. There are people who have been coming here 30 plus years. There are people who have grown up here, either performing or camping or being athletic or dancing or whatever, all the many things that happens here, and everybody comes together every year, and you see the same faces slightly changed year after year, and then you get to meet new faces. So it's all about making memories and building that community, which makes Grandfather Mountain just such a special event.
The Games features 2 live music stages known as groves and holds numerous ceilidhs and concerts over the course of the weekend. With such a rich supply of musical talent, at any given moment, a spectator may find live music to listen to.
So the thing that I keep hearing about is that the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is the largest in the country and I think even the world. And like, you hear that and you go, okay, yeah, it's big, but then you get here and you feel it. It feels huge. The energy is just explosive. We got on stage Friday for our first set and people just came back at us with so much passion and excitement, and it's everywhere. You walk through the Clan Tent Village. There's a Clan Tent Village at every Highland Games. Here it's like a double row going all the way around the track, and everybody's so excited about their clan, and it's just so much more music, and the size matters because all the energy is collective, and it's really awesome.
I started playing at the Grandfather Games 6 years ago with E.J. Jones when we started playing together. And it's unlike any other Highland Games or any other festivals that we do. We play a lot of them, and this one is very special. The people that are in it and the beautiful stages, there's no setting like it.
Due to its vast size and sweeping reputation, Grandfather is able to attract some of the most skilled musicians in the world, allowing those in attendance to observe their exceptional craftsmanship.
I've been playing this music since about the mid-90s. A an octave mandolin was handed to me, and someone I was playing with said, "Learn this," and I said, okay.
I started playing drums and percussion around 6th grade, although my mother claims it was in utero. Progressed from playing on desks to beating on other people, and then on to playing actual membranophones, as we like to call drums. A brief stint as a bugle player in the Boys Brigade while I was living in Scotland. Came out of the pupil phase and became a bagpiper for a short period of time, and then progressed to playing in a pipe band, playing side drum.
I can't remember not playing. I always say that the fiddle chose me, not the other way around. There are pictures of me like 1 and 2 years old. Like anytime I had two objects, they looked like a fiddle to me. So I'd be playing like a pair of chopsticks or a pair of garden trowels or whatever. So it chose me.
In the end, one thing that all Highland Games have in common is the shared mission of preserving Scottish culture and artistry.
What I would like people to take away from our performances is that every single one of these tunes that we play, that everyone plays in this traditional music, has its own story. And starting from the person who wrote it, their friends who learned it, those friends that learned it, every single one of these, all of us have learned from dear friends usually, or dear teachers, and so each one has its own story. And the fact that the instrumental tunes that we play, which is the majority of what we do, has no words means that everyone is free to imagine their own story to them. And when we play them as the accompanist, my role is to paint with a paintbrush, I feel like, of different colors and set the scene for these tunes. And so everyone is free to interpret them in whatever way that suits them, and I think that's a really nice thing.
It's less about what the listeners take away from my performance than what they leave, which is preferably cash and large denominations and non-sequential bills.
My personal spin on the Scottish music is I'm very into the dance element of things. So when people come hear a set of mine, I'd love it if they just get up and dance and feel like, oh, that was so much fun, even if they're not dancers. I'm not really a dancer, I just dance silly stuff. And so if people come to my set and dance silly stuff, I'm honored and excited. And it's just so much joy in the music, and my job is to convey that.
I'd like people who come and listen to my music to take away memories of where they were when they heard that music, who they were with, and there's no greater compliment to a musician than given the opportunity to become the soundtrack of somebody's life. We've played gigs where there are people in the audience who we played at their wedding. We've played gigs where there are people who proposed to each other at one of our gigs that met because of our music. And so in the same way that Grandfather Mountain Highland Games builds community, I hope that my music contributes to building that community, so that when we come back year after year, we're able to see the same faces, new faces, make friends, make memories, and build that connection that brings us all together.
Music is one of the central pillars of this goal, and no games is more successful at promoting music than Grandfather. Join us on the mountain and hear history come to life.
Hi there. Wolf Loescher, singer-storyteller here, checking in from lovely Longmont, Colorado, here in my backyard where it's rather warm. You can hear the birds chirping. You know what, I'd much rather be in North Carolina, up on the mountain with all of you, making memories, making music, making connections, and but we're doing the best we can with what we got this year. So 2020 is online, and we very much look forward to next year when we'll be back in person. In the meantime, please enjoy the songs and stories that we have here tonight. A lot of great music and entertainment, and a very big thank you and shout out to Mr. E.J. Jones, the musical director of the Highland Games, and to Mr. Stephen Quillen, the president of the Highland Games. Thank you so much for making this possible. Thanks for having me be a part of it. I'm delighted, and we just look forward to next year when we can do it all again, but in person. So in the meantime, please raise a glass, sing along, have a few tears, have a few laughs, and we look forward very much to seeing you next year in person back up on the mountain. Slán Bar. Hi there, Wolf Loescher here. This next song is called Tramps and Hawkers. I learned it originally from the Corries and then later on from the Battlefield Band. It's a traditional Scottish song about days long gone, as it were. And when people used to be able to make their living by traveling from place to place and maybe doing odd jobs or telling stories, singing songs in return for, a place to sleep for the night or a meal or something like that. So that's a way of life that I very much aspire to. And in this year of 2020 and the COVID virus, we're not doing much of that. So thanks for being here to be a part of this event. I hope you enjoy the music, sing along, and we look forward to days gone by becoming days to look forward to. Back next year, next summer, back up on the mountain, we'll be singing with you in person. Thanks so very much. Cheers.
I dreamed a dream the other night, a dream of long ago. I saw in all the traveling folk along the open road. His step was light, his head held high to catch the scent of spring, and his voice rang round the countryside as he began to sing. Oh, come all ye tramps and harker lads, ye gatherers of love, that tramp the country road and road, come listen and know. I'll tell to you a roving tale of sights that I hae seen, far up into the snowy north and south by Gretna Green. I've traveled round the Logan lands, I've seen rushes speed. I've been by creek and calendar and by the shores of Loch Tay. I've watched the rain on the border hills and the mist in northern glens, and I've bedded down beneath the moon in Corey's daily gale. I'm up into my Galloway and round Stranraer, for my business takes me anywhere. Sure, I travel here and there, for I roam it in my blood, and there's nothing I do now as long as I'm my daily fare and live upon my back. I'm happy in the summertime beneath the bright blue sky, thinking in the morning at night where I will lie, old barn or fire or anywhere, or out among the hay. And if the weather does permit, I'm happy every day. I think I'll go to Paddy's Land, I'm making up my mind. For Scotland's great, the other know I can hear in the wind, but I will trust in Providence if Providence proves true. And I will sing of Erin's Isle when I come back to you. Ah, come on, ye tramps and harker lads, ye gatherers of love, that tramps the country road and road, come listen and know. I'll tell to you our own tale of sights that I hae seen, far up into the snowy north and south by Gretna Green. I'd awoken from my dream, the dawn song had begun. The birds sang out their old songs to greet the rising sun. I lay among the shadows, and I thought of days gone, and those wandering tramps and hawker lads, whose days are surely done.
Hi there, Wolf Loescher here. This next song is Cold Missouri Waters, a song by James Keelahan. It tells the story of smoke jumpers in 1949 in Montana during the Mann Gulch tragedy, where many of the firefighters were trapped and killed by the fire. Our understanding of fire science has grown a great deal since that time, and it's much safer now, but you got to admire the kind of people who will jump out of a plane and jump right into the fire, fight the fire, and then walk out, and just with the tools that's on their back. So this is a great song. I hope you'll enjoy it. And here's to all our brave firefighters, smoke jumpers, and otherwise that are out there. Thanks for keeping us safe. We hope to see you soon. Cheers.
My name is Dodge, then you know that. It's written on the chart there at the foot end of the bed. They think I'm blind, that I can't read it. But I read every word, and every word it says is death. So confession, that's the reason that you came. Get it off my chest, so I can check out of the game. Since you mentioned it, well, there's 13 things I'll name. 13 crosses high above the cold Missouri water. August 49, North Montana. The hottest day on record, the forest turned dry. Lightning strikes in the mountains. I was crew chief at the jump base. I prepared the boys to fly. Pick the drop zone. C-47 comes in low. Beyond the top, upon your leg, it tells you go. Feel a circle of the fire down below. 15 of us drop above the cold Missouri water. I gauge the fire, I've seen bigger. So I hold it down the side hill and we fight it from below. We have our backs to the river, but we have it licked by morning, even if we took it slow. But the fire crowd jumped the valley, took the head. There was no way down, headed for the ridge instead. Too big to fight it, we'd have to fight that slope instead. Flames one step behind above the cold Missouri water. The sky had turned red, smoke was boiling. 200 yards to safety, that was 50 yards behind. I don't know why, I just thought it. So I struck a match to waist-high grass, running out of time. I tried to tell them, step into this fire I've set. We can't make it, this is the only chance you'll get. But they cursed me, headed for the rocks above instead. I lay face down and prayed above the cold Missouri water. then I arose like the phoenix. In that world reduced to ashes, there were none but to survive. I stayed that night, and one day after, carried bodies to the river, wondering how I'd stay alive. 13 stations, all across to mark their fall. I've had my say, I'll confess to nothing more. I will join them now, though they left me long before. 13 crosses high above the cold Missouri water. 13 crosses high above the cold Missouri waters.
Hi there, Wolf Loescher here. This next song is a song that I wrote with Miss Deanna Smith Scotland, a dear friend of mine, back in 2000. And it was a time where there was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. And we kind of wrote this as a song of hope and righteous anger, that if we just take the time to be our best selves, we can make this a better world, we can make this a better place, and we can come out of adversity stronger than when we went in. So in this time of the virus, I just remind you of many things that I always remind people, which is wash your hands, wear your masks, you're safer at home, and be excellent to each other. Hope to see you soon, and I hope you enjoy this song, Legacy.
Come from every corner, we speak in every tongue, brought here by a vision of what is soon to come. No longer will we stand for hatred, bigotry, and fear. The call of peace and justice is what has brought us here. This world that we've been given is not so large a place that we can stand divided by philosophy or race. Wisdom, truth, and beauty dwell in every human heart.
Shit. Try it again.
Come from every corner, we speak in every tongue, brought here by a vision of what is soon to come. No longer will we stand for hatred, bigotry, and fear. The call of peace and justice is what has brought us here. This world that we've been given is not so large a place that we can stand divided by philosophy or race. Wisdom, truth, and beauty dwell in every human heart. United we are more than we could ever be apart. United we are more than we could ever be apart. We are carved from the ancient souls of those who came before. We take what we've been given, then set out in search of more, much less than we could pay, much more than we had planned. Love is all encompassing, and the circle must expand. Love is all-encompassing, and the circle must expand. Speakers and the wise one to let us to this place. Call on every one of us to be love's human face, to rise up from the shadow, to turn and face the sun, to carry on work that was so long ago begun. Each man must look inside himself, each woman make her choice, to stand against injustice, to raise the common voice, to cast aside the petty fears that chain us to the past. Give our children a legacy that will last. To give our children a legacy that will last. We are come from the ancient souls of those who came before. We take what we've been given, then set out in search of more. Much less than we could be, much more than we had planned. Love is all-encompassing, and the circle must expand. Love is all-encompassing, and the circle must expand. We are carved from the ancient souls of those who came before. We take what we've been given, then set out in search of more. Much less than we could be, much more than we had planned. Love is all-encompassing, and the circle must expand.
Wolf Loescher here again. Hope you're enjoying the songs. This is a song by Stan Rogers, Mr. Canadian Stan Rogers. It's called Free in the Harbor, and it's about how things change over time, and what you do for a living may be very different than what your father or your mother might have done for a living. In this case, up in Nova Scotia, the whaling was the way they made their living for hundreds of years, and then that became less profitable, and then they struck oil out in Alberta, out in the west side of Canada, and so there was a lot of people going from maritime tradition to oil engineering. So it's a very big change in the living, as they did in Scotland. So I hope you'll enjoy this song. It's called Free in the Harbor. Cheers.
Well, it's Blackfish Hermitage Bay, from Push through across to Was Highland. They broach and they spout, and they lift their plugs out, and they wave out a town that is dying. Now it's many's the boats that glide on the foam, hauling away, but there's many more fellas been leaving their homes, where the whales make free in the harbor. It's at Portage in Maine to see them again on their ways to the hills of Alberta, with the lopsided grins. They waggle their chins and they brag on the ways they'll be earning. Then it's quick, pull the string, boys, and get the jewel out. Haul it away, but just 2 years ago, you could hear the same shout where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor, the blackfish are sporting again. Free in the harbor, untroubled by comings and goings of men who once did pursue them as oil from the sea. Hauling away, now the Calgary are up next from Hermitage Bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. Well, it's a living they found, deep in the ground, and if there's doubts, it's best to ignore them, nor think on the bones, the crosses and stones of their fathers who came there before them. In the taverns of Edmonton, fishermen shout, haul it away, haul it away. Now there's 300 years buried up by the bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor, the blackfish are sporting again. Free in the harbor, untroubled by comings and goings of men who once did pursue them as oil from the sea. Hauling away, now the Calgary are up next from Hermitage Bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor again.
Wolf Loescher here. I would assume there may be a few whiskey drinkers in the audience, and this song is just for you. This is a song that comes from the Glasgow area of Scotland, the Calton weaving district of Glasgow, and it tells the story of a man who had a bit of a problematic relationship, let's say, with the drink. You may be familiar with it. It's also been sung by some Irish bands. It's got a great sing-along, only has 5 sounds that you need to remember. You just got to get them in order. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey, 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 Nancy O. Hope you enjoy this song, Calton Weaver.
I'm a weaver, Calton weaver. I'm a rash and a roving blade. A hay silver in my pocket, and I'll again follow the rolling tree. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy O. By Glasgow City, Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell, and I went in and I sat down beside her. 7 long years I loved her well. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy O. Kissed her, the more I loved her. The more I kissed her, the more she smiled. Soon I forgot all my mother's teaching. Nancy whiskey had me beguiled. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy O. whiskey had me by the knees. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Carlton weavers, come all you weavers, pray I'll be, and beware of whiskey, Nancy whiskey. She'll ruin you like she ruined me. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh, once more. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Carlton weaving, I'll surely make those shuttles fly. I made more at the Carlton weaving than ever I did as a rolling boy. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, your last chance. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh.
Hello, my name is Levin Sudderth, and I'm the Assistant General Manager for Mountain Operations at the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. I'm also the Camping Director, and I work on the construction crew. In my other life, off the mountain, I'm a middle school social studies teacher in the Avery County school system. Most of you probably know that the primary goal of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is to preserve and promote Scottish culture and heritage. You may not know, however, that another fundamental mission of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is to provide scholarships for Avery County students. When you attend our games, you may notice a lot of young faces among our staff members and volunteers. Many of these young people are current and former Avery County students who are contributing to our event in a variety of ways. They may be selling tickets, picking up trash, staffing the children's tent, working with the Border Collies, helping with heavy athletics, hauling equipment with the field crew, or any number of other vital tasks. The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is proud to be able to reward many of these students by offering renewable scholarships that will help them achieve their dreams of going to college. We are also proud to say that even in the midst of this current pandemic situation, all of our current scholarship commitments are being met. Such commitment comes at a price, though, especially in a year with no gate revenue to fund these scholarships. With that in mind, I would ask you to consider making a donation to the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games Scholarship Fund. The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so your gift is tax deductible. Thank you for considering a contribution so that we can continue to help the young men and women of Avery County who do so much to help make these games the best event of its kind in the world. I'll see you next year on the mountain.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome back. It's been years and a couple of months. Seven Nation.
We missed you, Kansas City. Good to see you again. Let's see some hands up in the air on this one. Help us out.
Hey, 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 hey!
verse. I will see you. Verse in 1973, and thanks a hell of a lot for the global credibility. I will see you. I will see you. I wanna feel both away. Both away. Thanks very much. How are you doing, Kansas City? We are Seven Nations, and we're proud to say it's our 25th anniversary tour. So in that vein, we only invited 25 people to come here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for coming out from the bottom of our hearts. You're beautiful people. We work on jobs, we spend most happy, we save the rest for some rainy day, but still it's a bit, still letting the can for the end of the week on Allison Street put together again. So when the clock down rings and the birthdays from the damn it road to Allison Street, as we find our way through the smoke and drunken haze, we won't the way to Allison Street. By, but come as we try, not this close, cause we on each other rely. Busy making our plans, when you see them through. When you're working it out, there's never a time that is what happens to you. So when the clock now rings, to Allison Street, as we find our way through the smoke and drunken haze, on the way to Allison Street. Right. Yeah. road to Allison Street. As we fade away through the smoke and drunken haze, we walk the way, we on the way to Allison Street. Together again, together again. At the end of the week, on Allison Street, we're together again. You're small, but you're mighty out there. Right now, everybody on the bagpipes. This man came all the way here by way of Florida, but originally from Mudgee, Minnesota. Put your hands together on the bagpipes for Mr. Bradley Hamilton Green. This is some of the coolest dancing I've ever seen in my life. You go, girl! Already world renowned, but ladies and gentlemen, on the Highland Pipes, one of the best in the world, Brad Green! occurred to me that I think I knew before. It comes to me like a creeping shadow, like a light from a closed door. Do I think too much? Not enough to even have a clue. 'Cause here I stand, a single person. Is there anything I can do? And I scream. At the sky, I scream. Oh, I'm with you. I hope you're coming soon. While I scream, I scream. Yeah, at the sky, I scream. Oh, I'm with you. I hope you're coming soon. I hope you're coming soon. I hope you're coming soon. I hope you're coming soon.
Here they go! Come on, Kansas City! Let's go! Woo! Whoa! Risky business. If you have a fiver you want to stuff in there, he doesn't take ones, he only takes fives. Right in the belt loop there. Oh my God, things are getting wild. Struby needs a beer, but only PBR. This is where you clap a lot. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, on the Highland Pipe, two of the best, Brad Green and Kirk McLeod! We're selling merch at the back, so go there. Goody Gumdrops, how's everyone doing? You surviving the heat wave? It's not even summer yet. I'm from Canada. Yeah. Thank you, one guy. You've heard of Canada. It's a tiny little country just north of here. But for me, it's sweltering hot here. Because I live in an igloo. And I canoe every day to Parliament, where I spend my loonies. I trap beavers.
That part, I believe.
And I drink Moosehead, yes sir.
Yeah.
I do drink Moosehead. Not Labatt Blue, not Canadian, but Moosehead. The best one.
It's been 29 degrees and I can't dream if I can sleep, and something around my cups of creeps and it won't let me be. It's 29. It's been 42 days I've been in. I see you look to think the way I saw my gun make goodbye today. I asked her why, she said, oh, we wouldn't go like that, oh, we don't wanna go like that, we don't wanna be like that, oh, we don't wanna be like that, oh, we don't wanna live like that, oh, we don't wanna live like that, like that. She said, I don't wanna be a player. I find that it's time to forget now. I don't wanna be a player. Find that the tale is been now, tale is been now, tale is been now, tale is been now. No. Wouldn't wanna be like that. Wouldn't wanna live like that. Wouldn't wanna live like that. Wouldn't wanna go like that. Wouldn't wanna go like that. Like that. She said, I don't wanna be a player. I found that Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate that. That was called Planet. And we're back to the bagpipes over here. Because we still have to get you riled up. It's still just a bit too quiet in here. We know it's Monday night. But we know you have it in you. You're looking good now.
You guys are in the spirit now.
You guys,
Come up front. Stay where you are.
it's
Come
about
up
to get
front,
romantic
stay where
up
you
in
are.
here.
All right, so just when we have them where we want them, now we're going to play something slow. Yeah.
Everybody
Run the
go-
set list anyway.
Everybody go middle school. Middle school dance. Come on.
Yeah, skaters, double skaters only on this one. Actually, if you're here tonight, you must have seen us at some point in the past, yeah? All right, so thank you very much for coming out to see us again. I know it's been a hell of a long time since we've been in KC. Way too long. We were reminiscing on the way here. We had a long drive here from Nashville over to Kansas and Irish Fest. Whoa, crikey, we'd love to be there, man. Invite us. We'll come back.
Email the festival.
We'll play there for free. We love that festival. I remember back in the Westport days. You guys remember back in Westport? Yeah? That was lovely. How many people remember J.J. McBride's in Overland Park? That was a lovely time, wasn't it? Woo! I love that place. Home away from home. Yeah, thanks, Christian. Did you guys hear that? Oh, all right.
And you have Totally Nude across the street? Yeah, is that right?
What? All right, so let's send this one out to everybody from Overland Park, J.J. McBride's, Kansas City Irish Festival, all the good old times, yeah? desire. Nothing dream and into the fire. And I said a lot, it won't mean a thing. 'Cause after she's gone, these words will sing. Ooh, God's will be. But hurting me. 6 minutes gone, and still I'm alive. I never thought that I could survive with pieces of lace and not pieces of string. Oh, I remember and I hear her sing, and she sings. Sun. And I blame the moon. I blame myself. Blame you. Gone, and still I'm alive. Who'd have thought we could survive? With arms beating up in the hearse, off the sun slipping, I've been cursed. I don't wanna think anymore. I don't know. That's for the old times. On that note, let's keep it rocking. Take it away. I see scenes the hoodie. What I want is stranger loving and laughter and when from the sky comes a light to shine and sits like a hood. I hope you realize this is where you belong. I hope you come alive, walking your freedom, walking your home. So take me down to the river, take me down to the sea, to the land of healing, to look at me. I want to feel all around me at this moment that I breathe. Let you look around me, that's my soul to see for me. And if you lost your holds on to the pain, you can hour the time now. There's no need to give in to the strain. You've got to live, so take me down to the river, take me down to the sea, to the land of healing, wisdom never carry me. I want to feel all around me of each moment that I breathe. Let your love surround me, bless my soul to safety. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, on the fiddle and the feet, from Eagleville, Ontario, put your hands together for Mr. John Pulaski.